What?
There.
Oh, there it is. Okay. All right. Good afternoon, everybody. Today is Wednesday, August 13th, 2025. It is 1 o'clock. Bring the Parks Board meeting to order. We need roll call. Bill Skorick,
Present.
Paul Winchester,
Here.
Laura Onnen,
Here.
Robert Doring,
Here.
Becky Carrier's absent.
Here. No, she's here. No, I'm here, Kristen.
Whoa, hold on a second. I lost. You're
I got
here.
better faster than I thought I would.
Hi, well, welcome. You entered when my screen was on, like very
I
small.
like to sneak
There
around
you
like
are.
that.
Hi. Okay, all right. You like sleuthed in there. Okay, so I need an approval of the meeting agenda.
Oh, I approve it.
I need a motion to approve the meeting agenda, and I need a second.
I second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, I need a motion to approve the minutes from July 9th, 2025.
Motion to approve.
I need a second.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, great. Announcements. I know there's none on there, but last minute before this was made, I just want to let everybody know that we have one Parks Board vacancy position open, and we have 4 candidates, and those interviews are going to be next Friday, the 22nd. And the new ordinance that went into effect that affects all the boards has changed the way we do the interviews. And so it is done with the city administration involved and 1 member from the board. So that will be myself, Frank, and Scott next week. So hopefully we'll get a great candidate out of one of the 4. Next up, public communications, our first of the 2 public communications. You have 3 minutes. I always start with people on Zoom, and we actually have 2 on Zoom. We've got Vita and Dawn. So let me get my timer ready here. Vita, start with you. Do you have anything to say? Hi, Vita.
Hi, it's nice to see you and nice to see everybody there in the room. I don't have any comments, Kristen, at this time. Thank you so much.
Yeah, of course. Okay, Dawn, you are on mute. Do you have any comments right now?
Oh, no comments at all. And thank you very much.
Yeah, no problem. All right. Let's see. Out there, my screen is really small, so I apologize. So if you have a comment, just raise your hand. Nope.
None.
See none? Okay. Oh, there you guys are. All right, perfect. Thank you. Let's see, old business. So we've got the 2025-26 budget request that we're still kind of working on. The walking path that's still in a holding pattern until we can figure out what we're going to do with the dog park and and how we're going to put the new ground cover in the dog park. So that's on a hold. Cameras at Chinook, North Bay, and the skateboard park. So I reported last month that the mayor did approve going forward with cameras and lighting, and I am very happy to report that the skateboard park apparently did have a set of cameras that were up, but just not working. And so our IT department got those up and working and adjusted. So now you have 2 pictures of the skateboard park. And so really actually great views. That obviously shows the whole skateboard park, but the other one really shows that one area that I was always a little concerned about, which with that half pipe and where the road is, and then where the tree line is, people can congregate. And I caught a few people back there. And so it's just nice to see that we now have some cameras, plus the fact that, you know, it is the kennel and there should be cameras on that, and it's the warehouse for evidence storage. So it's really good to have those working. So it's a win-win for the whole city. As for the other 2 parks, the cameras that we presented at budget, apparently our IT department didn't like for a lot of reasons. One was, they weren't as secure as they needed to be for the city and for the police department. So the IT department is having our security vendor for the city assess what cameras are needed and give a recommendation. So they're probably going to cost a little bit more to the city, but they'll be the correct cameras that'll work in conjunction with the police department and the IT. So we're going forward with that. The light at the skateboard park that we want to have at night, I don't know where we are with that yet. They're probably working on that as well. But at least we've got cameras up at the skateboard park. Maybe now we'll catch the person blowing up the bathroom 2 years in a row. So I don't know. Let's see. Any questions about the cameras and lighting?
Kristen, are those skate park cameras, are they kind of similar to what we had, like a loop, or you can go back and review, or are they just live?
Well, it's live. Like if the IT department, police department can look at any time and see a live, but you can absolutely go back and review.
Oh,
Yeah.
good, okay.
I don't know how long the recording is held for. I don't know what the requirements are for the police department, but their regulation from the police department. So anything else? Okay. And then I talked about the lights. Emerson Park, the benches and the water fountain, Becky Leach, the project manager, let me know that they will work on those in 2026. So a water fountain and benches coming to Emerson Park. Any questions about that one? Nope, you guys are quiet. The basketball courts, you know, the city still has the backboards and the net to replace the old ones. I don't believe they've been replaced yet. So I'm just going to keep them on just so it stays in the forefront so we just don't forget them. Any questions about the basketball courts from anybody?
No.
The RCO grant, the youth facility grant, keeping that on just because I know Tim is going to be working on that. And I know that city council needs to approve the funding. I had a long conversation with Tim last month, the grant manager, about this grant and kind of the direction that we need to go, just because it's the RCO grant in the state of Washington. It's a grant that is not that easy to apply for. So we have to have all of our ducks in a row. And obviously we have to have city council's approval for the funding for the match requirement. So we'll just keep on the city and hope that they see the value in applying and going forward with this grant. The actual grant opens next year in February, March with the first round. And what they do is they take a look at your application. And then if they feel like this is something that can go forward, they accept your application, and then you actually then go into the grant stage. So it's a 2-stage process for this grant. Any questions, you guys, on that? Yeah, Becky.
I have a question on that. So what part does the city council need to approve? The matching part or the seeking approval part? Do we know?
In the past, when we've gone for other grants in the past, it's the mayor who would approve going forward with a grant. If you recall, Becky, I think you were on the board.
Yeah.
We went for the deferred maintenance grant, but we didn't get it for Emerson. And so the council didn't have to prove that because there was no match. This time there's technically it's a 50% match, Becky, but the city of Ocean Shores qualifies for 30%. So it's $450,000 that the city council would need to approve.
So what's the process? Do we need the mayor's approval to start the process and then go to the council, or do we just go to the council?
The mayor's already approved seeking this grant. That's why he has Tim looking into it. So it's now the city council needs to approve the $450,000.
Now, weren't you saying at one point that we might be able to get a lesser match where we pay less money because of some status that the city needs to have?
Yes, so there are some municipalities that could qualify for a 10% match requirement based on socioeconomic status. And North Bay Park is located fairly close to one of our areas that is a lower economic status, but I don't think it's close enough. So Tim was going to call the grant manager and ask him. And I don't know where we are with that, but you are right, Robert. So. Any other questions? Okay, perfect. No new business. Discussion. So I am going, because our council liaison works full-time during the day, he's not able to attend our meetings. And so I decided that what I think we should do is I'm going to do a Parks Board presentation to council on August 26th. And so I'm going to update the council and of course the citizens of Ocean Shores, the ones that don't watch our meetings or attend, or follow us on Facebook, exactly what we're working on. So what I want to update them on is Emerson Park. We've gotten a lot of positive feedback from the money that was spent to resurface the tennis court and add the pickleball courts. Lights and cameras, let them know what's going on with that. So all the budgets that they approved, I wanted to update. I also want to let them know that, we had our first student liaison, Elton Rocky, excuse me, and he was fantastic, but that position is still open. And the youth facilities grant. So I want to kind of put the seed into city council that, this grant, again, we talked about it at budget presentation and it's coming up and, hey, we're going to be looking at this to revitalize North Bay Park, and it's a big park and it's the main park in our city. And for, in my opinion, a very small investment, $450,000, you can have, a new park basically over there. So those are the things that I was going to highlight. And I just wanted to ask you guys, am I missing anything? Do you want me to add anything to the presentation?
Did you include the walking path?
I did not include the walking path. I certainly can if you guys want me to do that. Yes. Anything else? All right. Well, if you think of anything, the presentation is August 26th. I have to have my PowerPoint to the city clerk on Tuesday. So just kind of FYI. Any questions about that? No? Okay. The next discussion, I had a phone call from a resident who just was curious about outreach in specifically the two parks that he was talking about were Chinook and North Bay. And he was curious if maybe we wanted to do another outreach to ask the citizens what they thought about just general questions, how do you use the park? Do you use the park? If so, how often? And I reminded him that we had already done that in 22. We did that community outreach. We did the 90-day survey and we did the 3-day at the Sand and Sawdust Festival. But that was for all the parks, and it was specific because we were working on the parks comprehensive plan, which you needed that input from the residents in the city on the parks. I'm open-minded. I'm not sure what new information we're going to gain from that. But I certainly wanted to discuss it with you guys. And if you think that it's something that we should do, then we can then move forward and put it, under new business and make it more formal. He thought it'd be, have people standing at the park, asking questions, just, talking to people who use the park, not how we did it before, which was put a survey up on the city website, but just very specific to the people using the park. What do you guys think?
What was the reasoning for that? Did he give any reasons other than just trying to learn about the usage, but we're already kind of working on some of that.
Yeah, but he just thought that maybe we needed to do it again. And
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, like I said that I would talk to you guys about it. I see both sides. I mean, sure, we can ask, people who very specifically use that park, what they would like to see done. But I did inform him that we were trying to apply for a grant for North Bay. And we had just redone Chinook. But maybe I'm missing something, I'm just one person with one thought.
Kristen, I can see specifically asking about Chinook. I don't know the history very much before Chinook because that's when I came in. But I was thinking, now that we have updated Chinook, how are people responding? And that will give us a couple of nice chips in our basket so that we could make a further argument that it matters when we receive funding and update these parks. And we would have a qualitative and a quantitative piece to argue. And that can be used in writing for grants. It's also a pretty persuasive piece for the city council when we have to have matching money for those kinds of grants. But I would only do it for the parks that we've updated so that there's a kind of a before and after response.
Well, we've updated that. No, that's a really good point. So we've updated 3 parks, right? So we did the skateboard park, we did Chinook Park, and we did Emerson. So those are the 3 parks that we've touched on.
That would be real reasonable to collect a little data on.
Okay. All right. So I can, okay. Yeah.
Because 22 was COVID anyhow, so they've changed their habits since then.
Different population too.
Yeah. But yeah, that was a whole different mindset. People were, so, there may be more usage or less usage. We don't really know because their habits have went back to normal, I guess.
Yeah, I think June of 22, we were just kind of coming out of it, right? It was kind of the first time we got to go and be someplace without a mask. So people definitely were using outside before. So yeah, I mean, I think that's really some valid information. So I would agree. So you're saying, Becky, just the new parks that we did.
I would focus on those because I want what I'm fishing for is data that tells me that people like updating parks.
Okay. Yeah.
And it gets away from I wish I had an ice cream fountain people.
And okay. Okay. Yeah, I can move it up to new business. So in the next meeting, and we can be more formal about it and start to talk about how we want to do the surveys then. Okay. All right, perfect. Anything else? Thanks, Becky. That was really some good feedback. Okay, nope. All right. Let's see. Becky, I didn't give you any parks to inspect.
I'm just coming online, Kristen. So if you've got parks, I'll take whatever you got.
So I can add some back to you for next month. That's totally fine. Yeah, so next up is our park inspection report. Spinnaker, Spinnaker. It's the feeding grounds for the deer. So, which is great. And I love that. And Gunderson, that's just a cute little pocket park. And it looks great. So, Bill, you have Southeast Grand Canal, North Bay, and Limpet.
Yeah, Southeast Grand Canal, we requested a garbage can. City put one in there. People are using it. I looked inside, so it, good job, city. Yeah, North Bay, that looked pretty good as well. The picnic area the graffiti was painted over. Looks presentable now. Their lawns are all mowed, bathrooms look good. And Limpet, that's a different one. It's a park. It's basically a strip of grass down to the water. There's no benches, no nothing, but it was mowed. So, I mean, there's not much to say.
It's a little park that used to have access to the water. Now it's just a drop off.
Pretty much.
Yeah, I can't hand launch, but yeah. All right, perfect. Paul, I know you have Chinook, Emerson Marine View. One little update on Chinook. I had an email, or excuse me, a phone call yesterday from a person that uses the dog park, and I know he reported that there's a lot of goat heads in the small dog park side. And so I emailed Scott Anderson and asked if, because the city purchased that big, it's like a lint roller, but it's huge, and it's for grasses to pick up the goat heads.
Oh, really?
I think we forget we have it. And so anyway, I sent him an email like, hey, we're hearing that goat heads are really bad in the small dog park area. So is there any way maybe we can get that? So he sent Alex an email, and so they're gonna take a look at it. So I'm not sure. I wanted to add that little tidbit if you didn't already know that. So anyway,
I didn't know anything about that.
anyway, go ahead. But anyway, anything else on Chinook?
No, I don't really have anything to add on the parks. They all looked okay.
Yeah, look, it's Chinook, Emerson, and
Yeah.
Marine.
Yep.
Perfect. Okay. Awesome. Thank you. Laura.
Yes, I'll start with the Northeast Grand Canal. I didn't see any issues with it at all. I actually walked all the way to the end. It was pretty cool. But it's in good shape. And Milo Steiner near the Lions Club is a little different. There was some 2 instances of visible damage, primarily graffiti on the walls of the children's slides, and the impact detracts from the park's welcoming environment. It may invite further defacement. Recommend immediate cleaning and inspection by maintenance crew. Consider installing motion sensing lights and signage to deter future vandalism. There's an information display board that would have 2 satellite lights on it. One of them is missing, and I don't know if the other one is working. It was there during the day. And it just reduces board visibility and accessibility of park information, and just recommend that the missing light be replaced and see if the other one works. Maybe some tamper-proof fixtures are viable. And then there's general litter around the area, around the children's slides, and just across overall the park grounds overall. And just recommend cleanup and install signage encouraging proper disposal. And there's it's kind of a U-shaped driveway, and I don't know if we're responsible for that or not, but there was a big pothole and a couple little ones as you're going in there that just, kind of hits the car when you're going through it. So just recommend that that get filled somehow. And lastly, there's the swings where it's like fitted swings where you can fit your kids in the fitted swings.
Oh, the infant, toddler. I meant toddlers.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's the chains that are a little bit rusty, but the part that I was concerned about is where it wraps around. That whole area is just solid rust, and they're worried that it would be like a safety issue for the kids to be exposed to that rust around their midsection like that. So that part is pretty rusty. And just recommend maybe replacing the seats and taking a look at the chains. Rust also. And that's it.
Yeah, and so just to update you guys, Laura had sent me this information probably a couple weeks ago, Laura.
Yeah.
And I did forward that information to the Lions Club president, and he was looking right into it. So they're aware. Yeah. So thank you, Laura. I appreciate that. Robert, you have Texmar and Skateboard Park.
Yeah, I've been to Texmar a few times. They have some pretty good blackberries, so I'm making sure that soon.
Awesome.
But what I seen is
Bring a bucket
a lot of goat head all over the place.
at Texmar.
Yeah, it's horrible, and it's pretty overgrown, and the parking lot's got an awful lot of weeds in the gravel there. check the garbage and, so it is being used. But it just needs a good clearing out, I think. Overall, it looks pretty run down. I mean, obviously somebody is using it, but like the parking lot has cigarette butts on the ground, which tells me they're more than likely not kayak people, because it's a healthier sport. But, oh, and the sign is getting awfully faded. I don't know, but the sign's pretty weak. It's about half the color that I see in some of the others. Skate park, there's rust, like what she's finding. I found rust on certain screws on there. There's missing screws. Those are the missing screws on some areas. I don't know the exact names of the areas they are, but there's some that are in important areas. And I think it's just the wear and tear of them, bouncing down and pop some of them. But the rust, it's like maybe there was another brand used on a certain area, but it can become an issue, especially if they break and somebody falls into the equipment. And then another thing at that park, there's still no bathroom, which isn't too good of a deal.
So they never replaced the bathroom that was blown up.
Correct. I didn't see one.
Okay.
And I happened, when I was out there was a person out there with some young kids and, so that is kind of an important thing to have, I think, for a park like that.
Is the hand wash station still there?
I didn't see one. I've only been there a few times, but I can walk it. I know that there's some graffiti back where the squeegee and the broom is.
Oh,
But at least that's still there. So I thought that.
at least we still there? What?
Yeah, I don't know where the drinking thing is. I'll take a look next time I go out there.
Okay. So there's some graffiti on the backside. Is it,
The big one.
on the half pipe, does it need to be painted over? I mean, is it not family friendly or is it just like someone?
Yeah, it's somebody signed, yeah. But
Well,
they had plenty of time to do it. It's multicolor, so it wasn't like tagged it. But maybe the lights now, not the lights, but the cameras may pick up on future. And there's a piece of a 4x8 sheet of something sitting up against that half pipe, just loosely.
Oh, that's part of the, yeah. That's the skate light material, I believe. That's the material on top of all the boards. And we had one
Right.
extra sheet. So we used to just hide it underneath the half pipe and people keep finding it and bringing it back out. So they're probably just skateboarding over it and just setting it up or something.
Yeah, okay. But yeah, I noticed that today. I didn't see
Yeah,
it.
it's just an extra piece.
Okay. Oh,
Mhm.
there is one chip, but that doesn't seem to be an issue in it so far. But the rust, like I said, out in these parts, it's almost like a different brand of screws was possibly used on that one piece.
Okay. All right. So there's no bathroom, there's graffiti and some screws need replacing.
Missing screws up on the top, and that's, like I said, they probably kick down on it and gets a little bit of bounce, but there's a lot missing on some of the equipment too.
Some are drilled in pretty deep. So
They weren't there. They're literally not there. They're just holes.
Paul, do you want to take a look at that since you were like one of the masterminds behind you and Gary
Yeah.
Pierce were?
So that was like the top of the half pipe?
Yeah, well, one of them, but it was right on the metal band itself was.
I'll take a look at that.
Yeah.
Thanks. I appreciate that. Yeah.
I'll look at the rust too, because sometimes even the stainless steel screws rust.
Yeah.
And
So,
we use the right screws. I know that for a fact.
it's just weird that group did it without, you know what I mean? Because the other ones look like they had a Teflon coating opposed to this one was rust.
Well, Robert, the group that was Paul Winchester and Gary Pease, who are the two most smartest contracting people that we have in Ocean Shores. So I know that we used the right stuff and we went.
Oh, yeah, no, I was just saying that I just noticed that they were, I'm just
No,
saying
no,
that.
I know they used the right screws. Yeah,
Okay.
for sure. And we were the ones that fixed the original problem when it warped too.
Yeah, I know there was some rework done too, so maybe some different screws got replaced.
You mean the rework that we did 2 years ago after it?
Yeah. Yeah.
That was Gary Pease though. Gary Pease and I
Yeah.
did. Hmm. Yeah, so we use the same screws.
Okay.
Okay, we'll just take, I mean, it's Ocean Shores, plastic rust, I swear. So
Yeah.
we just got to keep an eye on it. So, okay, well,
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Huh?
Yeah, okay, perfect. So now we're up for our second public communication. I'm gonna set my timer. Okay, so Vita.
Hi. Yeah, thanks, Kristen. I do have a couple of comments regarding the cameras that you're describing over at the skate park. First of all, on the existing ones, it would probably be a good idea to become acquainted with how long of a duration those cameras take to reset. Because you're going to want to know, in case it's important, that you do want to view some history. It might not be available on those existing cameras. Typically, they'll reset every 24 hours or, depending upon how much you want to pay for the new cameras. And so let me move into the new cameras that you're proposing to buy. Certainly you want the longest duration possible, but I would also suggest that you look at a camera that's capable of downloading the data off the camera so that you have a historical record. This might be important for the police department. And that feature, of course, is going to cost more money, but I think it would be worth it. But just so that if somebody questions you, you know what the duration is. So those are my comments. Thank you.
Thank you. Don, you're up.
Yeah, nothing at all. Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Don. Okay, anybody at the actual in attendance?
You have one more online.
Yep, I'm sorry. Oh, gee, I see that.
Gina.
Oh, thank you. Gee, do you have any comments? Public comments?
You're muted.
You're muted. If you want to make a comment, you're on mute. Oh, there you go. Gee, do you have anything and your name?
Gina.
Oh, Gina. Hi, do you have any comments?
Nope.
Okay. All right.
But thank you for asking.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Thanks, Nicole, for noticing. Yeah. Okay. Anybody have any comments? Okay. Oh, perfect. Is that Sherry?
Sherry.
Hi, Sherry. Okay.
Okay, in reference to getting information from people on the parks, is it possible to do an on-location town hall? Have an actual town hall at that park? People who go there, I don't see why they would have a problem going there for an in-person town hall to talk about it. So that's one suggestion. The swings at the Lions Park, I know that they have new ones. I saw them sitting on the counter when I was at the Veterans Coffee. So they do have them. It's just a matter of them installing them. There were 3 parks that have been updated. I was curious if there are plans for any of the other parks to be updated, even if it's just a simple thing like a bench to sit on. I think that was it. Yeah, that was it.
Okay. Thank you. All right. Anybody else have anything? Jeff, Andy, Jim, Kurt? Nope. Okay. All right. Thanks, you guys. Let's see. Council liaison is not there. Public Works, Becky, she just gave me her report, which I already read. Our student liaison is open. I did email Wendy McCoy, who is the school principal, and she did not respond. And if you guys follow us on Facebook or anything, I know in the city, we put it out there that we're looking for another student. So Parks member reports, I'll go first. So I'm really excited to announce this, and Keitha was just in, but the Parks Foundation and the library have joined forces. And the Parks Foundation has purchased 2 sets of pickleball rackets with balls. So each set contains 4 pickleball paddles and some balls, I think 4 or 6 balls, that you can check out at the library for free, as long as you have a library card, and you get to have them for 1 week. So if you're new to the sport and want to try it out, go down to the library and check it out. It's really cool. I'm really glad that they decided to venture with us and do this. I think it's going to be great. I hope that more people get out there and start using the pickleball courts. I'm going to be doing the presentation to City Council on August 26th. It's going to be a PowerPoint. Just to, like I said earlier, just to keep them apprised of what's going on, and the citizens as well. So I've been working on that. That's about it for me. Bill, do you have anything to report?
I have nothing to report at this time.
Great. Okay. And Becky, and welcome back. It's good to see you. Do you have anything to report?
I have nothing at this time.
Okay. All right. Thanks. Paul.
Nothing at this time.
Okay, great. Laura?
Nothing at this time.
Okay. And Robert?
Nothing at this time.
Okay. All right. Well, our next meeting is Wednesday, September 10th, at 1 o'clock at the library. It is 1:37. I need a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Okay, I need a second.
I second it.
Okay, all in favor. All right. Thanks, you guys.
All right, bye.